Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach. Let's keep moving on this. So I think what I need to do is have a factory of some type set up so that you can say, I want to get a custom serialization of a particular type, and then it resolves it for you. So with that in place, that would be an internal type. And I think we would want to say something like this. So let's, come on, there you go. Resolver, we'll say that. And we're going to make this internal because nobody needs to see this, CO class. And on construction, it'll take an iService provider reference, which we're going to say this dot service provider equal to that. Please make me a read-only field. Thank you. Okay. And then we're going to say internal custom serialization of a T-type. No, T-type resolve T-type. No, come on, T-type. There. And so what we're going to do is say, using this service provider, we're going to say get service. And I think this is what we're going to say, not services. It's an enumeration of services of type T. Well, what we want to say here, because all those should be different. Right. So we could say here, get service of a custom serialization of type T. And we say var serialization is equal to that. And then we're going to say, why are you barking? I thought get service there. Okay. I was like, why is that not working? Okay. If serialization is null, then we want to say throw new not supported. No. I'll get back to that later. Else return serialization. There. Okay. And all right. So no custom serialization was registered for the type. And here we say type of T-type full name. There. Okay. Easy. Easy. Now what we also want here as extensions is we want to have a iService collection extension. iService collection extensions. And here we will say public static iService collection add CSLA generator serialization. Okay, so we'll say this, no, iService collection self. Why is my keyboard acting, it's like not, it's not like getting all the keys. What the heck? Wow, this is bizarre. Sorry, it was like, hold on. I'm going to shut down Visual Studio and start up again because something's not right. Okay, it's still, yeah, something's really off. I was trying to type the alphabet and it's like getting really stuttery. So what I'm unfortunately going to have to do is, because I'm going to have to literally shut down my entire computer and start up again, I'm going to have to stop the recording and then stitch it together with another one that I start up. So hopefully that will be seamless to you because it'll just happen like magic. So yeah, it's magic. It seems to be working better now. So, okay, let's continue on. So what I want to really do here is say self.add singleton of a custom serialization resolver. And then we just return self. Target runtime does not support default implementation. Oh, I was like, whoa. There. Okay, good. All right, so then all you have to do is add this. This gets resolved, and then in custom serialization, no, not there. What we would want to do then is also in the reader context, we need to also get now a custom serialization resolver, and we will put that up here, private CSR resolver. Oh, yeah, I'm doing that with properties because some reason, whatever, this dot resolver, and then we say resolver, and then we put that down here, private custom serialization resolver, get, and we're going to do the same thing in the writer. So I'll throw that down here, and then we will take a CSR up here, and we will make sure that this dot resolver writer is equal to resolver writer. Now, what are you complaining about? I'm literally setting it right here. Non-nullable property must contain a non. Why? Oh, because I forgot to list all the things and add a parentheses. Yes, I know you're saying something about can be removed, but that's not true. So what we want to do here is in the writer, we're going to have a public void write custom of a T type. And we're going to give T type value. It doesn't have to be that. Okay. So now we're going to say var serialization is equal to this dot resolve of a T type. Now, if you didn't resolve it, it's going to throw exception, but that's your fault. So actually what we could say here is T type resolver, and we're going to say write the value to our writer, and we're done. And similarly, because I can't say the word, we're going to go into our other context and we're going to say read custom. Now, what's interesting here is I have a read there, but that read is mostly because you're actually a generator serializable. Because if you're a duplicate, we just get the reference. Technically, where T is that. That's what we really should be doing. And then we need to say as that. Oh my God, fine, class. Yes, because it really should be this. And so we want to read custom as well. So we want to say public T read custom T type. And what do we do over here? We just did a value. So this one we don't care about. What we're going to do is go to our this resolver dot resolve for the T type. And we're going to say read. I'm going to have to change that. Okay. This dot reader. And then we make this T type. Okay. And we're done. And we've now supported it. Well, mostly. We have to be a little bit careful now because in the builders, where would we do this? So it's not going to be in the lists because those I think you have to, they are constrained to be of CSLA stereotypes. So those wouldn't be a specific, like any stray type that you wanted. So I think in the business base builder is really where we care about. So let's do the writer first. So if we come through all this, what we're going to do is have our last chance shot at this, which is we're going to say custom builder build writer. So custom builder build writer. And sure, we'll pull in all that because why not? And so I think what we want to do is, what's a simple one? A new builder? Is that a simple one? Simple enough. Sure. So let's copy that. And we call this custom builder. And so I just realized, I think sometimes I thought like the file would copy, but it was like a hard link and it would actually, I don't think I was actually opening the file and I was still editing the file that was open. I've done that before in videos and I've gotten confused on that. I think I just realized what I've been doing all along. In any event, okay, so the writer here, what we want to do on the writer is we want to say write custom, because I believe that is what I said for the writer, write custom. Yep. And we're going to read the property. That is something we're still going to do. But what we want to say is not the underlying type. We want to take the property types fully qualified name. So we're going to put that here, except we're going to say no nullable annotation. And then we're going to pass in reading the property. And again, that of the manage backing field. Yes, I believe that should work. So no, we don't say write custom write. We say write custom on the context. And so we say read property on that. I believe that's correct. Okay. So we do that. And then on the reader, we need to kind of do the same thing, which is if all else fails and we've not run into something, then we're going to say custom builder, build reader. Okay, so what is the reader going to do? The reader, we want it to call the context read custom. Yes, I believe. I believe. We want to load the property with, and we don't need to cast it. What does the read operation do here? Yeah, we just want to say here context read custom. I think what we want to pull in here is context.read custom, and then we're going to do that, and that's it, because the read custom doesn't take a value, it just takes a type. And the type we want was this with no nullable annotation. And I believe that's it, because the load property here is going to say load property of the fully qualified name, property field name, and then whatever you're saying to read into it. And what we're saying to read into it is a custom one. Perfect. Okay. I think that's it. Test time. Testing time. This should be fun. So we want to say custom tests, right? Yeah, we'll copy this one. Let's close all this, do that, and we'll say custom generator tests. Again, I've got to clean this up because this is getting to be unwieldy. But what we want to do here is have like a public struct custom data, which will just have a public int ID get and set. And struct shouldn't be mutable, but public string name. I'm not entirely concerned about what this data does. We're going to do that in the integration test, because then I actually have to register a custom thing in there. So that should be fun. So here we want to have data, except here, instead of property info, we're going to say custom data contents, or just contents is fine. We'll just say contents, but it will be of this type. It'll be that. We're going to say, yeah, fine. Data.contents property, whoops. And that. And then we won't have any of the rest of this stuff. We just need to see what happens with one of these. And this will just be generated code. We are not going to have a second one. No. I had the Emphasis on the wrong syllable. So we'll just have G there. What did I just do? I think I got a little aggressive there. There. Are you still not happy? There. Okay, now you're happy. So let's see what this does. Yes, we also need to get the CSR here. Resolver. Yep, it's a trickle effect, and I probably am going to be getting an even more private read only that resolver. And we'll do this resolver. And so the get state here needs to take that. And now what are you complaining about? Parameter type, custom set. Fine. I was trying to be cute and say it's public. Now are you fine? Yeah. And the rest, so it's like, yeah, it's a type that's going to be shown, but whatever. And so then in here, we say this dot resolver. Bam. Okay, now what's wrong? Oh my God. Are these all the integration tests though? Yes, they are. Probably. Oh, some of the performance too. But that's okay. That's okay. Can this just run now? Yes. Because this doesn't actually care about what's in. Oh, crap. Okay, fine. So what failed? Oh. Okay. Well, you know, what's the call stack on this? Value. Why are you calling value type? Oh, because it's a value type. Oh, yeah, we can't do that anymore because I get why I did that, but I can't do that anymore because let me think this through for a second. If I'm doing this, what I really want to say is context dot recustom, but I don't know what the custom is going to be at this point. Well, I could say if you get down, because what I've done here is I've actually said generate struct. And what I also want is just a test for a class, because you could have this as being a class, generate class async. And then this would be a sealed class. Now, it still doesn't solve this. In this case, what I would want it to say is that this is a if all else fails on a value type. We still have to handle the what happens if you do a. No, we don't want that. What we want to do is be able to say read custom, and we want to do it based on the type of the thing that you're giving me, which I'm assuming is this. So what we could do is say fully qualified name, no annotation. Boom. There we go. Okay, so we got all these types that we would do. If we get down to something we don't know, we're just going to try to read it from a custom serialization process. And then here on the, what was the builder for the business base? So now like on the writer, for example, this is basically saying what happens if you end up to hitting a, you've done all this. The only thing it could possibly be at this point is a not a value type, but a reference type, class type that you have not handled. And that would just generate that. So that's an all else fails. Okay. So now the value type builder, build helpers. Let's make sure that's just on the, okay, cool. Custom generalization tests. Let's go back to the struct one because that's one we've been working on. Do we at least generate something now? Yes, we do. Okay, that's encouraging. So let's pull that into our snapshot. And let's see what it looks like. Copy that and replace with that. And now let's see what we're doing. We're going to write. Not quite. The read looks correct. We're going to load the property, that one, of when we read custom for custom data. This one, not the same thing. So in the write operation, let's put a breakpoint here and let's see what we get. I'm guessing there's a thing in here that's kind of like, it's out of claims. Its business objects kind is none. That's good. It's not a list. Is it nullable? No. And is it a value type? How is it a value type? Oh, but it's not nullable. Should skip over that. It's not a string. It is a value type. So we come into value type builder and we just assume that. Okay, crap. Well, I'm getting near time in this episode, so I could see where this failed. What we want this to, so let me do this. We should be saying here, right, custom reading, because that's just going to read the value out, whatever it is. We need to write it. So that's what we want. But at least let's see for the class version if it does the right thing. We do generate some code. So we're going to grab that and we're going to put that into our snapshot and do some reformatting of things. Whoops, I didn't, yeah, I did. Okay. We're going to reformat all the things here. And now let's see what we get. So here we do a write custom, that's correct, and we do a read custom. Okay, so in the next episode, what I'm going to do is get the struct or the value type version correct. And that means in here, yeah, why did that work? I'm kind of curious because the writer does this. The reader, oh, because in the reader here, we have that. And we have a fall through condition. Ironically, with the writer, we just say write. So maybe, now that would be dangerous. The thing that I thought is I'm relying upon the fact that I've created some extensions here for a binary writer that say write all the things for these types. Okay. But actually what I might want to do is say, but I can't because I don't have the right context in this case. That's the problem. What I would want is to have a write here of T that says T of that, but then there's no way for me to reach up into the property and how do I say this? There's a bunch of methods on writer, binary writer, that will do automatic serialization, like for an int or a double or things like that. There are some that don't, but CSLA supports out of the box. And those also do this, which if you give me a date time, it'll automatically get into this one. What I would love it to do is also have a write on here that could give it a T, but then it has to reach back up into the context of where the binary writer came from. And we can't do that. So what I'm going to have to do here is something to say almost what I'm doing for like get load property, which is the read operation. You have to be specific to say which thing you're going to be reading on. And that's why this read custom works, because I can actually go to the context. The writer, I'm unfortunately going to have to change a little bit to say if, yeah, I really don't want to do that. But I don't know how else to do it. I'm going to have to walk away because I kind of know what I have to do, but I'm just dreading actually having to do it because I'm now going to have to say these value types are what is supported. If you didn't run into this, do the custom context.write custom call. That will be in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.